Gee, Monetti, that it would come this fast. 58 years old. That's 2 ticks away from 60. That's crazy. But it is what it is. It's a blessing. Really talk to my brothers again. A lot of guys kind of caught the replay of the last thing I did. So I was encouraged by that because I'm really trying to be intentional about speaking into the lives of brothers. Not that I have all answers, not that everything I believe or say is right, because I'm certain that some of it is probably not, but it's at least my honest perspective on things based on my years and my own experiences. And what I woke up today thinking about is I'm really concerned about, and I know that there are different races on here, but I woke up today really concerned about the condition of black men and black women in terms of the anger. More specifically, the anger of black men for black women. And, I say specifically because I am a man, so I can kind of speak to that issue. I'm not a woman, but the anger that we as black men have for black women is, when you look at it on social media, mainstream media, conversations in the street, it's kind of bordering on feminine. This is me coming from a different generation, of course. Y'all younger, y'all got a whole different generation of adult males that are coming up, and you got to figure out how to do life. But where I come from, men just did not go to war with women like that. We always viewed it as feminine. For a man to be out here arguing, going back and forth, fussing with a woman, and then for men to gang up, almost like mob mentality, to gang up to come against your own women, is just completely counterproductive to me. Now, am I saying that black women are always right? No, indeed, I ain't saying that. I've been living with black women all my life. No, black women ain't always right. They're not right a lot of the times. But is it right for me as a man to go on attack against my woman, even if she's wrong? You can't make that right, man. You can't make that right. Now, I know that there are some of y'all that have had horrific experiences with women, specifically black women, because that's the women you've dealt with. And I'll say this to you. Doesn't matter what the ethnicity, every woman is capable of being the best. Every woman is capable of being the worst. I know that some of you have had really horrific experiences with women, which plays into your personal hurt as a man. But you got to heal, man. You got to heal, because even though you had that experience with, a woman or a few women, that's not every woman. That's why I say it borders, it's teetering on being feminine when you're just constantly out here articulating your anger. And the reality is you desire her, that's all you want, but then you're just constantly angry and you're constantly mad. You sound like the woman that says, ain't no good men out here. Well, where do you draw that conclusion from? The 3 or 4 men you've dealt with, where do you draw the conclusion that all black women are this or all black women are that? The 2 or 3 I've not had bad experiences with women. I've not had bad experiences with black women. When black women and I didn't agree, we weren't on the same page, I just got my grip and I went on about my business. But I haven't had these traumatic experiences with black women, and I've been here 58 years tomorrow. And so I'm just saying, man, it's time to rise up and be men. Sometimes, we have this anger because certain of our women may not receive us, or we may feel rejected by them because our money's not up, or because, we're not in the kind of physical shape, and we get angry because a certain kind of woman doesn't receive us. Well, that's not a signal for you as a man to find another group of, broken men, and y'all get together and then gang up on your own women. That's a signal for you to step your game up. That's all. I remember when I was younger, there was this older girl that, my goodness, I had my eyes on that girl. But, I was like in high school. I was young. And she was in college. She was maybe like a sophomore in college, something like that. So, she was going for dudes that had a little more going on. I think she liked me, but, she wasn't taking me serious because I didn't have all of the other stuff. And it's just the way it is sometimes. Well, I didn't get angry with the woman and start dragging for the woman. I said, I'm going to become a version of myself that's going to make her remember the day that I was interested in her. Sure enough, I turned into the guy that she wanted, but by the time we got to that point, I was in a different space and place in my life. So I'm just saying, man, we're not helping our children with all of this rhetoric, all of this craziness we talking. I mean, I know it makes money, for us to get together and talk. I know it makes money. And then people say, well, because a lot of my content deals with the empowerment of women, people say, oh, he's pandering. Well, you haven't really listened to my stuff, because I don't pander to women. If you really listen to my stuff, I speak from a place of love and concern, but I tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And when I say, well, this is what we need to do as men, the reason I'm passionate about that is because I've been that dude in the life of good women that just didn't do his part. So maybe that for me is some penance, because I've been the guy that had good women and I just didn't do my part, and I just acted a fool, and I messed up a whole lot of good situations and messed up a whole lot of people's hearts. But you have to understand this. For me, and where I come from, y'all say, okay, he pandering to women. Well, where I come from, a real man, a heterosexual man, is always going to land on the side of a woman. He not teaming up with no dude against a woman. Even if he has to take the woman in the back and get her straight behind the scene, he ain't never gonna line up with no man against women. If a woman is wrong, and if we are the leaders we're supposed to be, it means that we're going to warrant her respect. If she respects you, you can correct her. But you don't get with a mob against your own women. And now everybody's talking about black women talking about, well, I can date out my race, we have options. And men talking about, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get this. And I mean, that's your thing. I'm not on the racial thing. But my point is, it seems like we the only people in the world on social media where our women and our men are constantly angry with one another. Then we wonder why we can't connect. I think everybody needs to heal and grow up. I think our men need to heal. We got a whole lot of stuff we haven't processed, and it comes out through aggression. I think our women need to heal. When women are broken, many times, I'm finding that many times women, when they're broken, they process their stuff through accomplishments so they can say, well, I don't need nobody. The reality is all of us need somebody. We all need one another. We all need one another. And so I guess I'm just concerned. And not for myself, because I got a very good marriage. If she go on to heaven before me, it'll be the last marriage I'll ever have. Either way, it's going to be the last marriage I'm going to have. I've had a very, very good experience in marriage. I'm just trying to help others, man. And I'm seeing the stuff that y'all carrying on, and it ain't working. You got to see it's not working. You're laying a bad example for your daughters. You're laying a horrible example for your sons, because your daughters and your sons are going to inherit this unnecessary aggression towards one another. And you're making these blanket assessments about one another. It's all women, all men, and it's just not true, man. It's like the United States of America says, well, all black folk are criminals. You hear how ridiculous that sounds, and you know how idiotic and stupid that is. But when we get on here and we say, well, all women are, you haven't met all women. And if you stop fishing in the same pond, you get something different. You catch something different. But either way, man, it's just not a good look for you to be a grown, so-called heterosexual man out here at war with women. Women ain't right, man. Leave them to their own devices. Move on. But don't be out here, man, looking like that, looking like you looking with that, because it ain't working. I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna like what I'm saying, but I don't care nothing about that. It's the truth. It's a bad look. There are a whole lot of days that I may not like certain things that Lisa does. It's my wife, man. You know what we're going to do? We're going to sit down respectfully. Now, that's a word right there. And we're going to have a conversation about it. That's another word right there that I think we as black folk, we got to really do some investigation on those words. Respect and conversation. Because there's a lack of respect on both sides. And we have not learned how to communicate or have a conversation. We don't listen to learn, we listen to respond. I just want you to finish your time so I can say what I want to say. And when we're done with all of this stuff we've spewed out, no understanding has been attained. So it's clear that y'all love one another. Black women love black men love black women. It's clear, because you don't get that angry with somebody or something you don't love. I think you got to get past the anger and understand that it's unproductive, and you got to get to the communication. You got to get to the understanding, but I think you got to stop by the healing place first and really heal as an individual. Forgive all of the people from your past. Renew your mind so that you're not transporting all of the drama and the trauma from other experiences into a new experience. You're not judging new people. People you just met. You're just sizing them up visually, and you automatically conclude, then your energy changes. And see, we meet one another with bad energy, and then we wonder why the outcomes are always bad. It's because the entrance was bad. We entered into the situation with bad energy. No understanding. And then nobody wants to listen to anybody, Nobody wants to listen to anybody. Everybody know everything. And then we got a generation now that the big thing is everybody's, talking about the The ancestors. But, and that's cool, I suppose. Whatever, I don't know where you're coming from with that spiritually, but I guess that's cool. But it's hypocritical to be able to talk about the ancestors and you don't even have enough respect for your elders to listen to what they have to say. See, because I'll be 58. Well, I got a mother that's 82. Well, there's a gap between she and I. And she's the only day is the day that I'm making a fool of myself. And when we have people who've traveled this road successfully trying to talk to us and we don't want to hear it, and we just hanging out with all of our, peers who are as clueless as we are, well, it's no mistake that we're going year after year and we're not making any progress. So I'm done, man. I just want to say that. I can't read anything. The sun is shining too bright. But young brothers, man, think about that. Think about that, man. Come on, man. Think about that. Just walking around here angry all the time. Just everything you posting about women. You mad with the women and all of this. Come on, man. Whatever you focus on develops. If that's where your energy is placed, that's what your life is going to produce. At least that's the way you're going to see it. You may have an excellent woman show up in your life. But if that's where your mind is, that's going to be your reality. Your perspective is your reality. Your perception is your reality. When you get healed and you enter into situations, without the group thinking, without 3 or 4 dudes in your ear bucking you up and got you, man, you with us. Come on, dude. Let me leave this alone. I love y'all, man. I'll talk to y'all later.